still get pretty rough. I feel like bottom lane is very strong. I love Bloodseeker versus Pango in the game and in the lane. You just sustain, and you can set up kills pretty easily because you're so speedy when the other lanes get low. I think this bottom lane should be a win for Smash, for Hellbear Smashers. I think top the Wraith and the Disruptor can apply some pressure. Not onto the Tide, but they can at least farm, and they can, you know, maybe if Gilgir steps out of position, they can set up for him. I feel like they should be able to get farm up there on Runec. We'll get a courier at least, so that's gonna hurt.
And on sort of that top lane, if Runec is able to get farm and they are able to sort of hold this off and push it late, do you sort of see burjui having the much of an edge sort of in the later game, or is that not necessarily the case?
I think they covered their bases on the side of Hellbear Smashers. I think they picked themselves this really strong draft that transitions at all stages, and at some point, like let's say if we do get later on, they're gonna have the combo, right? Like the Ravage and the Cataclysm, it's gonna happen. So I have to always just give them a bit of an edge because of that, even into a Wraith game.
Their team fight. I mean, burjui definitely have comparable team fight. As Mock was saying, with the Mars and Disruptor in the mid game, that they are going to have this setup to go. Question is, you know, they're sort of more in on the control elements rather than just straight raw damage. Come out with the burst of Hellbear Smash.
It all depends on how the fights do start, right? Like, as if Hellbear Smashers are the ones that start really dictating the pace, which you can kind of imagine they will, because the Nyx Assassin is going to start hunting, they're going to start pressuring these lanes. You know, they're going to start losing heroes before the fight starts. If burjui, on the other hand, they're the ones who start the fight with a glimpse onto the Tide, with the static field. You know, they're going to start the fight number advantage. Runec, they actually skill Gush up top to look for the kill here.
Taking a lot of damage here. Quick little glimpse. Gets rASmus away from Runec. Showing her the strong as Wraith King is, be a little careful with relatively low armor earlier.
I mean, Tidehunter actually just owns him. Just being able to skill the Gush in this lane is really putting on that pressure. And Atoufix, he's got no mana, and his courier had died, so he actually has to wait for this courier all the way to come back, bring him any type of extra regen to harass off. Honestly, Wraith King's actually gonna get like no farm up here now because of this, because that courier died, and they're just lacking. They're lacking regen. Can't actually hold themselves in place now.
Yeah, which is very fun. It's level 1. I mean, that's not going to do much at all. So very tough times for Runec. Come through. For him, Ace 14 for 3, yeah, for 2. Okay, definitely finding quite a solid amount for lane. Quite being able to slow down a go pretty contested. Mid lane we're seeing Council have a bit of an edge here. I guess this is sort of expected, you know, as the Mars early on with the Superior nukes, he's just going to be able to set up the wave a little easier.
Yeah, the base damage on Invoker, it's like now he's got the level 2 Exort. Once he gets level 3 Exort, it's going to be much easier.
Exact situation. They are going to get it. Too easy for the...
They're thinking about it though. They're going to try.
Okay.
Let's see if he does skill the Kraken. He does immediately.
Invisibility.
I like that. That's so heads up. I love that. Like just seeing him, we can just see that development happen. As mid, Killomancer. Level 2 Maledict.
I mean, tOfu's coming in with the punches. Killomancer.
One more hit, right dead.
Yes, he is. I mean, tOfu will die for it, but he won't mind. He gets another kill at the same time. Look at his goal. They get the job done. rASmus and Gilgir, that they're able to kill off the Wraith King, and as we saw, obviously the Sunstrike was thrown in mid. There wasn't even a Sunstrike involved there. That was just the 2 heroes being able to kill Runec.
Maybe, I guess they had the Orb of Venom as soon as they went up there. 3 anchor smashes connecting from rASmus. Orb of Venom, it's a pretty threatening lane up top with this Tidehunter because of that Gush. I like it. Bottom.
Going on Ace, but here we have the task and the Maledict down onto Ouker. Ace just standing his ground. He's still got 1 charges to rely on, so he's not too scared at all. And Ouker, he's going to end up dying this Maledict. Again, tOfu just, you can't underestimate this damage from that Maledict at this early stage.
Oh, and Killomancer too. He puts the ward down so he does see them at least. He'll be able to scurry away. Maybe they get the D ward now because of that. Actually, Gilgir, he'll just TP toward top to help out. Make sure rASmus keeps his farm. And he's actually going to be able to get the ruin as well too. So Cancel does not find that to fill up his bottle. Very nice moves from Gilgir.
Cancel spending that away from the lane. Stormstormer now really starting to take over in that mid. 30 and 12 against the 25 for 2. Gonna fall behind a little bit.
Yeah, and he's doing the standard build. He's gonna be doing the bots Midas build on that Invoker, as we've seen him do many times in the past.
Wait for it.
Radiant's bottom
tower
tower is under
just
attack.
Pretty much single-handedly bullying Ouker away from the wave. The Ouker falling low yet again. How is he for regen? He's totally out of regen, Ouker. So spend some time away.
Ooh.
Close. Very close there, but not quite.
He just walked up into the creep wave.
Wait, I thought he was out.
He just walked literally into melee range of the Tidehunter guy. He was trying to keep the wave out of the tower range,
Dire's
but
bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, he just literally gives a free kill because of it.
I mean, Gilgir dies in return, so
Okay.
something.
Maybe
but,
worth it.
Yeah, well,
maybe.
rASmus, he's going to be happy. He's got level 6.
He's got a full Falcon Blade on the Tidehunter. It's coming out on the Nyx Assassin. He picks it up. So, I mean, mana regen is going to be there. He's going to be tanky. He's going to be really strong to just threaten and pressure this tower. They kept the catapult alive this whole time, too. And there it is.
Don't mind if I do.
Again, all 3 cores farming incredibly well. And looking at the levels, too, the supports are just slightly ahead, too. And we're seeing the rotations start happening now. Cancel making the first move.
Yeah, they've got to find something big with this. Would be a pretty perfect kill. They've got this one for sure. Arena down. Exactly what they needed here with that first move from Cancel.
He has to immediately run back to mid, though. He actually can't stay. Sunstrike up top will be off the mark. Yeah, he has to go back mid to ensure that this tower gets defended. Already a 3k gold lead. Okay, tipping between 2 and 3k for Hellbear Smashers, just off the lanes. And there's Catapult is still alive top. They've kept it alive this entire time. They're even going to bring Ace up top. Continue sieging this. The Catapult's going to survive.
I mean, Runec
this whole time.
Got to be careful as well. These extra TVs coming in if they do try and...
Look at the skill point. He doesn't have his Ricky Martin.
What deal was that?
What? I mean, come on, he knew that they could see him, surely.
That was...
Why is it TP?
Dire's top tower is under
That was pretty
attack.
wild. I mean, he's very dead. Very, very dead, Wraith King.
Dire's
And tOfu
structures
just
are
jukes the
fortified.
Rolling Thunder, and he'll survive as well. Starting to pick up
Dire's
pace
top
here.
tower is under
burjui starting
attack.
to struggle already. Top tower is going to die. That first catapult wave, they're going to be able to make moves around the map. rASmus is actually taking the top lane now, the bottom lane. The pressure won't hurt his team at all.
Oh no, not the
Dire's top
replay.
tower has fallen.
Oh, we're going to see it again.
Oh, I mean, he did get out. Oh no, okay, this was the earlier bit where they attempted for the strike combo. But that
was a
time
nice
around,
hard
I think he was just panicking. You know, he's like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna die. You know, he just sort of attempts for a TP out and hopes for the best, but.
Yeah, that was
Right.
division toggle to JJ, so
Oh,
they could
okay.
absolutely see him.
Yeah.
And it's actually, at least it's fortunate that Gilgir clicked mana burn on him, though, so he didn't actually lose his ultimate, so he died instantly.
Yeah, that's true.
At least
That's
he
probably a
won't
better situation. That yeah, he didn't burn the cooldown of reincarnate.
Yeah. Dude, Gilgir's just got fluffy hats queued up. He's got one and he's got another one queued. I
How
think
many is he
Gilgir
gonna buy?
needs the fluffy hat.
I mean, he got 2 last
bought
game,
it.
right? He got 2 last game.
I'm missing something. Why are people buying so many fluffy hats?
I mean,
Dire's top tower is
if
under
you think
attack.
about it, let's do a compare. So, infused Ranger
Dire's middle tower
is
under
essentially
attack.
plus 120 HP.
Well, they're making a move.
Quick match later, Ravage out onto the 3 of them. Stormstormer's getting protected. They can get the Sunstrike out, but he does go down. Maledict's out onto the 2 of them. Cancel and Killomancer in trouble. We're keeping them healed up as well with the Voodoo Restoration. Killomancer will tick down. 2 of the Maledict. Get a good angle here with the rolling thunder, but not quite enough damage. And now they've got to run. Blood right down. Atoufix is going to get clipped by it. Ace is diving in. Won't continue to chase this. Atoufix is going to be able to get out of there. And it glitch. Certainly do. They'll bring him down. Runec also able to come in with a Wraith Fire Blast. An impale from Gilgir holds back the Wraith King.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Atoufix dodged the Sunstrike as well. Runec still trying to chase here. Stun up in 2.
For the tween.
They've got Killomancer right behind too.
Another great stun from Gilgir. Putting a stop to that chase from Killomancer and Runec. And tOfu continue to run. Gilgir, Carapace out. 3 heroes after him here, and they will grab him. Glimpse back from Atoufix. Gilgir, he makes them work for it. Another great stun. But this time around, there's no escape for him. Gilgir will finally go down.
Decent punchback at least. They stop the gold lead. They get themselves some nice experience too on their supports, which they much need. And they stop the push. So pretty decent. And now they're looking to actually continue this pressure down here. This seems a little bit ambitious. Yeah, they'll back away. Not bad. And they kill Stormstormer, so they do slow him down a little bit there with that. Nice hold there from Cancel.
But no, yeah. But no, if you think about it, Fluffy Hat is just more cost efficient. It's 125
but it's a slot that you don't. It's a slot though. Like Raindrop disappears and it gives you mana regen
Radiant's
constantly.
middle
Yeah,
tower
but
is
Fluffy
under
Hat,
attack.
you're also going to be selling and getting half the money back.
I mean,
Half the price of it. So it's a 50% discount on range drop. Sure, you don't get any mana regen, but who cares about 0.8? And it doesn't burn through, you don't lose it. And you know, what else is he putting in slots at the moment? It's been as slot efficient as he can for this stage of the game.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I've just been seeing it so much, like these double flops. It's really cool, really interesting stuff going on in this Dota lately.
Mid. Give the pressure on here. Killomancer. Got a turn. Can't bring it down. They've got the static storm follow up on the turn. Stormstormer he's in trouble. They take him down. They'll also look over towards tOfu. tOfu, can he look at his heal? He cannot. The magnetized damage from Killomancer enough to take him out. Glimpse back Gilgir.
Radiant's middle
They go.
tower is
They
under
set up for a
attack.
third here on this defense. It looks like they may just be able to do so. Spears out from Cancel. burjui, they're holding the mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, this trio right here, the triple ultimates on their team just nicely holding every time Stormstormer shows. There we go. Some space for Runec to farm. He did get pressured out of the lane, actually, though, on the Wraith King. We did see rASmus laning toward him down bottom and does make him go back to base. But, nice hold. Keeping this mid tower alive as long as possible. Now, though, I think this is where it does die. They used all their ults. Stormstormer, he's going to commit forward with alacrity. Very tough for them to hold this time.
Yeah, a strong push.
Dire's structures are fortified.
See how much they want to hang around here. Just say maybe just trying to slow them down a little bit. Continue to give space for Runec to catch up.
Did you
Dire's
read
middle
the Fluffy
tower
Hat
has
text, by the
fallen.
way? It's some nice alliteration going on in there.
Fine and functional foppery. Fighter. What on earth is foppery?
I have no idea.
I
thought
thought
it
that
was
was
foppery
foppery.
at first,
Is
but then
under
there was
attack.
foppery. Now I gotta look it up.
I'm gonna look it up right. What is it? What is foppery?
Foppery. Is it a noun? Okay, effective.
That's not a
and
word.
excessive concern with one's clothes and experience. Appearance, sorry.
Ouker. Out there by the foppery.
Foolish character or action. Interesting.
Never. They just made up that word. I think Valve.
It's
paid
on.
off-
It's.
off
I
the
just
big
found the
to get
definition.
that. Yeah,
Radiant are scanning.
Anyway, in the river, Gilgir.
Gilgir.
He's on the run. Nice juke here, but he's going to be dragged back. Oh, off the mark. How's Gilgir to get the spike cappers off? They're going to have to jump
He's
static
just
storm.
walking away.
And he's fine now. Little off there with the combo. As Gilgir's just toying with him. They won't be able to kill him this time.
Okay. Well, that was bit of a miss there by Cancel. The next
Oh,
flame
he's
storm
dragged back
this time.
again. Oh, this time he gets the job done. Cancel.
Victory!
He comes back to rectify his error from earlier. Will get the kill. Redeemed.
I'll take that.
Definitely redeemed. A little bit of a static storm waste there from Atoufix trying to get that kill, so they won't have that for the next 50 seconds, and we'll see how they split themselves up. Still looking to be a little
Dire
active. It's
are
15-minute
scanning.
mark coming in. Ace.
A gift
Also
has
got the
come
ult
to
from
battle.
Cancel.
Oh, he doesn't feel confident. As speedy as he is, Killomancer's able to get in and grab that bounty rune.
He looks pretty good now, though.
He certainly does. Kill, go the way of Ace. More glory for Bloodseeker as Ace halfway towards BKB. Side of Dewey, what have we got? Killomancer's got the spell done. Buffing up the full outpost team, and Runec is getting the space. 3k towards the relic. Slowly getting himself back in the game.
Yeah, not too bad. As Gilgir continues to just scout things out, get some information for his team. I mean, rASmus is... I'm watching him and wondering what he's going to actually build for. Because he is unbelievably farmed.
That's true. I mean, he's got the hood queued up, but he may be tempted for something else. Oh, he's going to buy a Vlads. All right, so it's nothing crazy.
Queued up, and then switched the hood, and then now he's...
Regeneration!
I mean, Vlads certainly makes sense, right? You're going to have this Bloodseeker going crazy in the fights. That extra lifesteal for him is going to really allow Ace to fully commit.
Yeah.
It's, you know, confident, very high HP.
It's just value. It's armor, it's damage, it's lifesteal, it's the AoE lifesteal too. And rASmus now at this point, 1835 HP. If he gets glimpsed into static storm, like they're not going to kill him in these static storms. So he's gonna be tough for them when he does show up. Because they don't really have solutions for him besides just like kiting away from him. No,
for sure. And then yeah, anytime he's not in the static storm, heal him a significant chunk of his HP.
Yeah, and he went for the full aggro build. If you see, it's max gush. It's not your 144 build. It's 4 points in that gush. That's -7 armor and a pretty significant amount of burst. As Atoufix will be found, and here comes that rASmus. Here comes that tide.
Look at it go! My coil
that Disruptor.
You feed the crabs.
And this is probably so the combination with like Falcon Blade, Bracer, and Vlads. You have pretty much the perfect amount of sort of mana sustain, right? You're not going to have any mana problems at all now as this tide with 3 items.
Yeah, and he also runs shot 3% damage. Really nice. Gonna push mid, cancel with his fresh Desolator. Can actually have enough damage. Also bottom.
They're in underneath. Ouker gets the angle for the Rolling Thunder, takes him out. Barnes bounces though, going to cause trouble for the two of them as Ace takes down the TP out. rASmus is not going to let him escape. Dropping the Ravage to stop him. Take down the two of them, but now without a doubt they may be down 5k, but already a much better game from burjui in comparison to what we saw in game 1 as they are getting things done.
Yeah, they're applying pressure. They're making that space for Runec, which, you know, the Pango dies, their Spirit dies, whatever. That's good. They use the Ravage, they force the movements down toward bottom, and they set themselves up some kills. That was really good when you are behind like this. The Wraith literally can't get involved. Stuff for them, and he's now going to be able to start getting involved as Radiance is done, and as you previously mentioned, the Veil on the Earth Spirit was done before, so his damage is going to be pretty strong inside the fight with that spell damage.
Invisibility.
And for Cancel as well, you know, if he keeps this up, this is going to look very strong. You mentioned the good timing on the Deso and his involvement, you know, 6-1 and 2. We saw last game, he really struggled to sort of have an impact on the Void Spirit. This time round, he's fitting in very nicely.
And look at this, he's invis. They scan Stormstormer. He gets the pin as well.
The rest of the team is heading over. Stormstormer will fall before the rest of Smash can get in the area to help turn things around. Gilgir gonna open up onto Cancel as Cancel. He's out. See if the rest of the Burjui can get away. They can't. Killomancer's been ruptured. So lose the two of them. But I imagine, the plan there from Hellbear Smash is to connect a little quicker there. As losing Stormstormer does take away a bit of their pushing potential.
Dire structures are fortified.
Glyph's still active, or still available for the Dire, so they're going to stop this push decently. And they're ready, you can have drawing down the lanes. Make sure you can get and push these lanes up as much as you can, so you only just lose a tower. They might be able to get that 20-minute outpost. They're pinging it already.
Radiant's
tower's going to go down. I do believe Hellbear Smashers are going to be able to get it in time.
Top tower has fallen.
Well, tOfu, he's got the Holy Locket complete. I mean, that, of course, that is some incredible value on these heroes.
It's really, really nice. And you can just heal your teammate very nicely, too, from a distance. I love it. Stats on it are good, too, now. I mean, it's gotten a lot better. And that's the Fluffy had build-up.
Is under attack.
burjui. Got that Radiance. Runec leading the charge.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Someone called the doctor?
What does Gilgir have? Didn't he spend his gold? Oh, okay, he bought a shard on the... I was like, he was very close to Blink Dagger on this Nyx. That shard's gonna be, I mean, that's nice. The Vendetta with the ganks, with the Sunstrikes. Maybe.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Trying to go ferocious.
This is something extra.
Burjui taking the
Radiant
tOfu
structures
down
are
at the
fortified.
bottom.
They can fight this if they make it.
They've still got the strong team. I don't think they're going to be able to move there this quick. The moment now is too late. Too late as Smashers just they do have a strong to take the Roche down pretty quickly.
They're looking to fight anyway, maybe.
This could be difficult fighting into the Aegis.
They just saw that sentry placed down. The Forge Spirit is hitting the sentry they just placed, so they know there's smoke there.
Death and gold are linked.
Dire's middle tower
Spells,
is
he
under
knows they're
attack.
in the trees.
He's got to be careful how he initiates. Cancel's still pretty susceptible to just getting burst down. He doesn't just walk in and start it. They have to get a better start rather than him.
Still very much ready to go. A big Blink Dagger on rASmus now.
Radiant's
That'll be
bottom
big.
tower
Now they
is
can
under
actually
attack.
start fights on their own accord rather than just charging in with the Nyx Assassin Invis. burjui, they're going to need this cancel BKB for him to really kick off the fights, because it's concerning for him at the moment to just walk in, as what you're saying. Starting to get quite a bit more on the map here, Smashers, as Gilgir is giving some information. He's scouting, looking for an opportunity for the Sunstrike setup. But burjui, they're playing together. They're playing cautious.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Maybe down 7k, but more sensible play here from them. Whatever they can to allow Runec continue to slowly progress as fast.
Gilgir.
Trying to open up here, over the side, and over for Stormstormer. There with the Ravage. It's caught three of them. They got the follow-up damage, so Ouker's trying to roll his way out of it, but the Death Ward and the Maledict, Ouker is going to take a lot of damage here from these Maledict. Cancel comes into the arena. Ace, he's in the midst of it. He's standing his ground. The backup's there from Gilgir, ripping the tail onto the two of them. Ace can just stand and continue to rip through them all as he takes down Cancel. Takes down Runec the once, and they're going to be able to chase him down and take him down a second time.
Wow. What a great fight. I mean, Gilgir just leading the charge, and then that Blink Dagger. That really just seals the case. The Tidehunter Blink. rASmus jumps in, gets that beautiful Ravage, and then the Vlad's lifesteal. All this little bit of lifesteal. We just watched that. Like, Ace, he healed up so much. He actually was about to die, but he heals up his entire HP pool
Dire's
because of
middle
that as
tower
well.
is under attack.
And I guess the healing, you know, the healing from the Witch Doctor can kick in too. I think he got Holy Locket and healed up too.
Definitely, that was a painful fight for burjui to lose. They were already forced behind, but they managed to really sort of hold that deficit and not allow anything else to slip away. Team fight loss like that has, again, knocked them further down.
Is under attack.
Ace so tough to get it wrong.
Play
Nearly level 18.
He's an absolute
Dire's
beast. And
bottom tower
it's so
has
hard to
fallen.
play. You know, Wraith King, he always wants to get Radiance, as we see. He's even got a Grow Bow to make it stronger and all that. But when you're running around with Radiance versus Nyx Assassin, it's a
Dire's
free stun
bottom
every 10
tower
seconds.
is under
He's
attack.
always able to just carry this. We see that Ravage.
I guess the four
We see
of
the
them.
follow-up. I mean, Ouker bailed out too, so he left his team in the tough spot. Look at Ace dropping so low. I mean, he has the Aegis during all the
Back in the action, Ouker. Oh, he's rolling out. He's got the TP going, so we'll manage to get away. Good job he did as well, as he was bleeding out, have been ruptured.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Can't believe how tanky Nyx Assassin is. I mean, you're right. It's the fluffy hats. Dude, 1400 HP. I mean, I feel like he's just actually really, really strong for just having like boots, it looks like.
It's allowing him to get stun after stun out. Top lane Stormstormer. He's coming in with the setup. Wants to cancel and Killomancer. Pop the BKB so he can just stay committed onto this Mars cancel. Trying to get out with the use of this arena to hold them back. But Ace, he's in. He's running him down into the trees. Cancel. He's got very few places to hide. He's going to try for the TP out. Overbearing amount of damage there with the Maledicent Death Ward means there's no escape for him. Gilgir stay on top of Killomancer. Killomancer will get out. Ooh, a hit. Isn't enough. Team K lead though. These core losses really hurting burjui as they slip further and further behind.
rASmus is an absolute beast. You know, okay, now he's also going to be able to find a counter versus those annoying silences. He's going to get a BKB as well on the Tide. These fights just not looking to get any easier.
Oh, here we go. They're going to try and burst him, but they got enough though. They haven't. Oh, wait, Ouker, careful. Living on the edge there. He did want to go for the TP, but of course aware that Anchor Smash was still hitting pretty hard. He has to opt to roll out of there with the Thunder, and he will make it out. He's able to live another day. Meanwhile, Killomancer, he's certainly in a spot of follow here. So there's no moving for him. Gilgir does go down. It's going to be a buyback from Killomancer. Ace, pretty speedy. Arena's out from Cancel. Managed to trap Ace for now because Ace, he's still got the BKB ready to pop some kills on the track. He'll pop it now. Continue to push back Cancel. They burst through the Wraith King the Watch. Two buybacks now. That's to rejoin the fray as well. Death Ward ripped from Runec far right. The Wraith King goes down for good. Atoufix and Ouker having to be cautious how close they get to Ace. Is Ace more than ready to run them down if they step outside their high ground? They won't though. They'll stay high ground and keep themselves away, but they're now down to 20k. As that was a pretty, pretty painful fight. Both with Mars and Runec just down for 30 seconds. There's no buybacks on any of them now. It's a dieback from Killomancer, dieback from Atoufix. Very little to defend against this.
They can't focus fire any of these targets. Like Ace is too fast to really focus, and now he's getting too strong, so he can just turn and fight. I mean, rASmus just parks himself every single time in the perfect spot. He absorbs so much damage there every single time in the right places, and I love his item build. I mean, it all worked out. The Falcon Blade was great for him to be able to continue pressure, and this Vlad's just has been enabling Ace so much and his team.
Gilgir.
And look at this Gilgir already.
Oh, he's on the hunt, and he's found. Oh no, Ouker's out.
Oh, the cast found.
3k down. I mean, this game is, sort of, you go about 10 minutes ago, and it, burjui were doing it. Look, as you can see on the graph, it was a very sort of steady increase from Hellbear smashes. Was not getting anywhere near out of control as it did as early as it did in game 1 for burjui. But now it's really kicked in, and we're sort of back to a very similar spot in terms of the trajectory this lead Hellbear Smashers has, as they did in game 1, as burjui are very far behind.
And they still don't even have the BKBs. Both Runec as well as Cancel not quite finishing it. They're trying to make a move on top. Gilgir
trying to take him out. Done to hold back Runec, and Runec caught by the spike characters. Runec, he's dead the once. Cancel's popped the arena with the BKB up on Ace. Ace just turns. Cancel. rASmus comes over with the Ravage onto Atoufix. It's 3 dead. Make that 4 with Runec about to go down the second try. Ouker, the last one left alive. Very little he can do here. He's trying to find something out of this, but he's not going to be able to find anything at all. He's just got to try and do his best to get out. He's rolling around, doing his best, but it's too much damage. Gilgir even able to sidestep the swashbuckle, so even he doesn't fall here. As they lose no one, burjui lose everything.
and a celebratory BKB. Stormstormer lead to the high ground, and there's no way for burjui to hold it. Clean fight. Very clean stuff again. Hellbear Smashers still looking good this game. Looking good this series.
Dire's middle
No messing around here from Smashers. 2 games. 2 very, very large victories here when it comes to difference in what teams were able to achieve. It's been pretty much both 30-minute games. Gilgir does die, messing around close to the fountain. The rest of the Smashers looking to close it. Tier 4s are down. On to the Ancient. rASmus is ready to look for some fun. He's going in onto Atoufix. He's able to get the kill. Commits with the BKB. Smashes him out with the Anchor Smash. would expect to see the GG soon. Council trying to put a stop to this, but Ace just PK being and ending the game. He's done with this one. As a smile there on rASmus. And indeed, this game, this series for Hellbear Smashers, a relatively simple 2-0.